If you have got an older home, there is a good chance something under your sink is slowly working against you, and you do not even know it. That S-shaped trap hiding behind your vanity or kitchen cabinet could be causing real damage to your plumbing system right now. With over 25 years of fixing what other people ignore, I have seen S-traps quietly wreck drains, fill homes with dangerous gases, and kill deals at closing. Today, I'm walking you through 4 ways an S-trap can destroy your plumbing and the easy fix for each one. Stick around for number 4, because it is the one that hits your wallet hardest, and the bonus tip at the end is something most plumbers will not even tell you. The first way an S-trap can destroy your plumbing is by siphoning out the trap seal. Now, if you are not familiar with what a trap seal actually is, let me paint you a quick picture. Every drain trap in your home, whether it is a P-trap or an S-trap, holds a small amount of standing water at the bottom of its curve. That water is not left over from the last time you ran the faucet. It is there on purpose. That standing water, usually about 2 inches deep, acts as a physical barrier between your living space and the sewer line. It is the only thing stopping everything in that pipe from coming up into your bathroom or kitchen. Now here is the problem with an S-trap. The shape of it, that downward curve followed by another curve heading back up and then straight down into the floor, creates a perfect condition for something called a siphon effect. When you fill up a sink and then pull the stopper, a large volume of water rushes down all at once. In a P-trap, that water exits horizontally through the wall, and the geometry of the pipe naturally retains that 2-inch seal of water at the bottom of the curve. But in an S-trap, the water drops vertically, picks up momentum, and essentially vacuums all of the remaining water right out of the trap behind it. Think of it like sucking a drink through a straw. Once the flow starts pulling, it does not stop until the trap is bone dry. And the moment that trap is empty, your seal is gone. There is now a straight, open path from the sewer line into your home. This does not happen once in a blue moon either. It happens every single time you drain a full sink. Every time you let a basin full of water go, you are resetting the problem. Some people run a little water after draining to try to refill the seal, and that can help temporarily, but it is not a real solution. The siphon will just happen again the next time. The fix here is straightforward. You need to convert that S-trap into a proper P-trap configuration. If your drain line goes down into the floor, which is why the S-trap was installed in the first place, you can add a cheater vent, also known as an air admittance valve, or AAV, IIV, to break the siphon. The air admittance valve lets air into the line right after the trap, which equalizes the pressure and prevents the vacuum from forming. You mount it after the trap and before the drain line drops into the floor. It is a $15 to $20 part, and in most cases you can install it with basic slip joint fittings, a hacksaw, and about 30 minutes of your time. The second way an S-trap can destroy your plumbing is through sewer gas infiltration. This one is the direct consequence of that siphoned-out trap seal we just talked about, but it deserves its own attention, because the stakes are much higher than a bad smell. When that water seal disappears, the gases that have been building up inside your drain, waste, and vent system suddenly have a clear path right into your home. We are not just talking about an unpleasant odor, although that is usually the first thing you will notice. Sewer gas is a mixture of several compounds, and some of them are genuinely dangerous. Hydrogen sulfide is the one responsible for that rotten egg smell, and even in small concentrations, it can cause headaches, dizziness, and nausea. At higher concentrations, which can build up if a room is poorly ventilated, it becomes a serious health risk. Methane is also present in sewer gas, and methane is flammable. Now, is your house going to explode? Because of a dry S-trap under the bathroom vanity? Probably not. But the risk is real and documented, and it is completely unnecessary when the fix is so simple. I have walked into homes where the homeowner had been dealing with a mystery smell for months. They have tried bleach, baking soda, drain cleaners, everything. They have had the septic tank inspected. They have called out 3 different people. And the whole time, it was a dry S-trap under a sink that barely gets used, like a guest bathroom or a wet bar in the basement. That is the other thing people do not realize. S-traps are worst in fixtures that do not get regular use. If you have a sink that only runs water once a week or less, that trap seal is evaporating on its own, even without the siphon effect. Between the siphoning and the evaporation, you are practically guaranteed to have an open sewer line at some point. The fix is the same conversion I just described. Get that S-trap out of there. Install a proper P-trap with an air admittance valve, and you have a permanent seal that does its job every time. If the fixture rarely gets used, make it a habit to run water for about 10 seconds once a week, just to keep that trap seal fresh, even after the conversion. Belt and suspenders. The third way an S-trap can destroy your plumbing is by causing slow drains and gurgling sounds. This is the one that drives people absolutely crazy because the symptoms seem random. One day the sink drains fine. The next day it is sluggish and making noises like something is living in the pipe. You pour drain cleaner down there. It seems to get better for a day or two, and then it comes right back. Here is what is actually happening. Every drain system needs air to flow properly. When water moves through a pipe, it needs air behind it to prevent a vacuum from forming. In a properly vented system, that air comes from the vent stack that goes up through your roof. But an S-trap, because of its geometry, often does not have adequate venting. The vertical drop after the second curve creates a situation where the water flow pulls air from the wrong direction. Instead of air flowing in smoothly from a vent, it gets sucked backward through the fixture, which is that gurgling sound you hear coming from your drain. That gurgling is not just annoying. It is a sign that negative pressure is forming in the drain line. That negative pressure slows down the flow of water, which means debris, soap scum, hair, grease, and everything else that goes down the drain has more time to settle and stick to the inside of the pipe. Over time, this leads to buildup that narrows the effective diameter of the drain line. You end up with recurring partial clogs that no amount of drain cleaner will permanently fix because the root cause is a physics problem, not a blockage problem. I have seen homeowners spend hundreds of dollars on professional drain cleaning services, getting the line snaked or hydrojetted every few months when the entire issue was the S-trap configuration creating poor airflow. Once you convert to a P-trap with proper venting or an air admittance valve, the air flows correctly, the water moves at the right speed, and the chronic slow drain disappears. If you have been fighting a slow drain under a sink in an older home and nothing seems to fix it, get under there with a flashlight and look at the trap. If it makes an S shape going into the floor instead of a P shape going into the wall, you just found your problem. Now, if this kind of practical plumbing knowledge is something you want more of, I have written a guide called 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes that will save you $10,000. It is packed with repairs you can do yourself this weekend without calling a plumber. Scan the QR code right now or check the first link below. All right, let us continue. The fourth way an S-trap can destroy your plumbing is through building code violations. Now, I know code talk is not the most exciting part of plumbing, but this one matters more than most people realize, especially if you are planning to sell your home, refinance, renovate, or file an insurance claim any time in the next few years. S-traps have been prohibited by every major plumbing code in the United States for decades. The Uniform Plumbing Code, the International Residential Code, and virtually every local jurisdiction in the country does not allow them in new construction or remodels. The reason they were banned comes right back to everything we have already discussed. They self-siphon. They allow sewer gas into the home, and they create drainage problems. If your home was built before the codes changed, that existing S-trap might be technically grandfathered in, meaning you are not required to replace it just because it is there. But here is where it gets tricky. The moment you touch that plumbing, the moment you do any work on that fixture, a remodel, a replacement, even a repair in some jurisdictions, you may be required to bring it up to current code. And if you do not, it can show up as a deficiency on a home inspection. I have seen deals fall apart over S-traps. A buyer's inspector flags it. The buyer's agent sends over a repair request. And suddenly what should have been a $20 fix before listing becomes a negotiation point worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on how many fixtures are affected. If you've got 3 or 4 sinks in the house all running on S-traps, that adds up fast when a plumber is charging per fixture. Insurance is another angle people miss entirely. If you have water damage or a sewer gas-related issue, and the insurance adjuster finds that your plumbing does not meet code that can complicate your claim, they may not deny it outright, but they can use it as leverage to reduce the payout or argue that the damage was caused by improper plumbing that should have been corrected. The fix is the same one we have been talking about throughout this entire video. Convert each S-trap to a P-trap with an air admittance valve where a traditional vent connection is not feasible. For most bathroom and kitchen sinks, this is a job you can do yourself with slip-joint PVC fittings, a pipe cutter or hacksaw, and plumber's tape for any threaded connections. The total parts cost is usually under $25 per fixture. If you want to really do it right, pull a permit for the work, if your jurisdiction requires one. Yes, it is a small hassle, but it creates a paper trail that proves the work was done to code, which protects you down the road for inspections, insurance, and resale. Even if a permit is not required for a simple trap replacement in your area, having the work documented never hurts. All right, here is the bonus tip the pros actually use. And this one is going to save you a headache the first time you go to convert an S-trap. Before you buy a single fitting, measure the distance from the bottom of your sink's tailpiece to the center of the drain opening in the floor. Write that number down. Here is why this matters. When you convert from an S-trap to a P-trap with an air admittance valve, you need enough vertical space above the floor penetration to fit the P-trap, the horizontal run to the air admittance valve, and the valve itself. If that distance is too short, a standard P-trap kit will not fit without modifications. The air admittance valve needs to be installed at least 4 inches above the trap weir, which is the highest point of water inside the trap. If your tailpiece is short and the floor drain is close to the bottom of the cabinet, you might need a compact P-trap or a low-profile air admittance valve to make it all work within that space. The pros measure first and buy second. Most homeowners do the opposite. Grab a standard 1.5-inch P-trap kit from the hardware store and then spend an hour trying to make it fit. Some end up cutting the tailpiece too short, or worse, adding extra fittings that create unnecessary joints where leaks can develop. Measure first. Buy the right parts. Dry fit everything before you glue or tighten a single connection. That one habit separates a clean, professional-looking install from a cobbled-together mess under the cabinet. All right, that is the full breakdown. Remember, every single plumbing fix I wish homeowners knew about is in my book, 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes. Scan the QR code on screen right now or grab it from the first link in the description. I appreciate you watching, and if you want more of these practical fixes, make sure to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.